Hello everyone, and welcome to the Storytelling Castle. I am one of your humble bards, Sir Ryan of Wiley, and today we're going to talk about my favorite, and I say my because there's some contention around the castle, my top 10 Brennan Lee Mulligan stories that we have seen him play through his TTRPG playthroughs. We are on the eve of Campaign 4 of Critical Role with Brennan Lee Mulligan at the helm, and we are so excited here at the castle. I might end up staying up all night. I might just be too jabbed. I might be too bred. I'm just so excited. Before we start this new story though, I wanted to sit down and rank my top 10 Brennan Lee Mulligan adventures that I've got to watch him through Dimension 20, through Critical Role, at really everything he's done. I also want to say this was really hard. So please get in the comments below, rank your top 10, or even just tell me your favorite Brennan Lee Mulligan campaign you've watched him do or listened to him do. It's really hard. That's why there's some contention around the Storytelling Castle. So this is Sir Ryan of Wiley's top 10 Brennan Lee Mulligan campaigns. Here we go. Clocking in at number 10 is Dimension 20, Never After. I really liked this one. It was just a lot of fun to get into the stories that we all grew up with the characters being based on fairy tales, and then Brennan's interpretation of a world that is created out of fairy tales. Some of the cast interactions in these were absolutely hilarious. Emily Axford as like Little Red Riding Hood, Zach Oyama as Puss in Boots, kind of cat, that kind of a deal. Lou Wilson as Pinocchio. Jiminy Cricket and Lou Wilson arguing over drinking water was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in a TTRPG. So this one ranks at number 10, and it's up from here. Number 9 on the list is Critical Role's Exandria Unlimited Downfall. This one was a surprise to me. I was watching the episodes in Campaign 3 of Critical Role, and this sort of short segment popped in there. In world and like in character, the characters of Campaign 3 were watching this as it was happening, like we all were. I was blown away. It was really good. I loved seeing gods be gods. It was so cool. And watching all of these gods go through the events of the calamity and kind of what are they doing in between. This little brief moment where the gods band together to take out a bigger threat was so cool. Number 8 on the list is Dimension 20 Fantasy High Junior Year. This one was relatively new and I really loved it. I thought it was almost more funny than even some moments of Fantasy High the first, freshman year. I definitely liked it more than sophomore year. I know, don't kill me in the comments. I just liked it more. I thought it was funnier. I really enjoyed the character interactions. They really, you could see the characters were growing into the fact that they're now upperclassmen, and they really enjoyed their time in school. Plus, I think the bigger threats that were going on with everything that's going on at the high school were really fun, and I just liked it more than sophomore year. Sophomore year doesn't even make the top 10. But at number 7, we will clock in Dimension 20 Fantasy High. This one was really special. It took me off guard as to the merging of modernity and also fantasy. Really kind of just blew my mind. I never really thought about merging those two things, and of course, Brennan Lee Mulligan does what Brennan Lee Mulligan does. Have I said Brennan Lee Mulligan enough? Probably not. It really was just a special moment for me to sit down and watch something that truly was just almost against genre for me, and I really appreciated it. Junior year almost nicked that number 7 spot, but I think I needed to give Fantasy High sort of that original lightning in the bottle of the Intrepid Heroes cast. All of them together for the very first time, I think needed to be above junior year. So number 7, Dimension 20, Fantasy High. Clocking in at number 6, almost in the top 5, is Dimension 20's Cloudward Ho. That is the campaign that they are currently running while I'm recording this for you all. It is so good. It has very quickly risen above some of my other favorites, and really kind of depending on how it ends, we're gonna see where it lands. I love the Eberron setting in Dungeons and Dragons. It has absolutely inspired my new West Marches style campaign that you should go subscribe to the Patreon now. Yes, you can join my campaign. Go subscribe to the Patreon. But I love the adventure. I love the mechanics of flying. I love the low magic setting too. I think it makes the PCs, your player characters at the table, have to think a lot harder than just, oh, I cast Fireball. So at number 6, Cloudward Ho. We'll see if it rises up into this list. We'll have to see. Before we jump into the top 5, we'll do a brief honorable mentions because there are a lot of good campaigns that Brennan has run that are not with the Intrepid Heroes that I really have watched and enjoyed, but they didn't quite make the top 10 for me. Escape from the Bloodkeep, that one was really, really great. Matthew Mercer was a player in that one, so was Amy Vorpal, who is a friend of mine. You have so many other players in there. Trap, Iffy, Erika Ishii, just a really, really great campaign. Next one is Mentopolis. Again, a really interesting concept. Inside Out, but more, adult and much more geared towards a fantasy mindset. Honorable mention number 3 is The Seven. I loved seeing that sort of step away from Fantasy High into the sort of prequel to Fantasy High, but also mixing in all of the characters that we sort of got to hear about from the first season of Fantasy High, and it was really, really great. I loved seeing Izzy as a player. It was really, really great. Coming in at number 5 is Critical Role's Exandria Unlimited Divergence. This was the sort of arc 3 of Brennan's 3 kind of campaigns that he ran for Critical Role in that short kind of time frame. Obviously, he's doing campaign 4, but he also might do something in Exandria again, which is really cool. He's talked about that before. Divergence for me, honestly, would probably go down on this list if not for how it ended. And I won't actually spoil any of the story of how it ended because it was really good and you should watch it. Even just watch the best of sort of moments. It was just such a love letter to Matthew Mercer and the world of Exandria that Brennan and also Liam O'Brien ended that sort of mini arc and mini campaign on. I have cried every single time I've watched it. It's so beautiful. Matt is just in tears because of the love that Brennan has shown him and the world of Exandria. And so that's why this is cracked into the top 5 for sure. Number 4 on the list is Dimension 20, A Starstruck Odyssey. I love sci-fi. It is a very near and dear point in my heart. We are really looking forward to Abria Irongar's run on the Worlds Beyond Number podcast with her sci-fi game, and we will get into that. With A Starstruck Odyssey, Brennan's mom created the world in a comic, and so Brennan and the Intrepid Heroes made their own story in it, and it was so, so good. I loved the chaos. I loved the ability to really just say, this is a spacefaring world. Yeah, anything's possible. Technology's insane. Go for it. It was really, really fun. It was really chaotic, and I loved it. Every single minute of it. The ball is absolutely rolling up here at the castle, and hopefully you are along for the ride with us. Clocking in at number 3 on the top 10 list is Dimension 20, A Crown of Candy. This is one of my favorite campaigns I have ever watched from TTRPG spaces of all kinds. It is exactly the vibe that I always want to have in my games. That sort of stuff can get real and heavy and have that Game of Thrones level of reality, but also the fantasy of Candyland. It's awesome. Top 3, number 3, A Crown of Candy. Number 2 on the list, my second favorite Brennan Lee Mulligan campaign that I have ever listened to is Worlds Beyond Numbers, The Wizard, the Witch, and the Wild One. Listening to this podcast has been genuinely almost life-changing for me. It's the first podcast that I have really listened to that was an all-encompassing, almost audio drama-esque, with the music composition from Taylor Moore, from all of the sound effects to the, oh my gosh, the prequel. Brennan Lee Mulligan as Grandma Wren, lights out. I just crying, so much crying, in the best way. And the story that they've told so far is just so amazing. Book 1 of The Wizard, the Witch, and the Wild One has wrapped up for now, so there will be a full breakdown and review on this channel, so subscribe now if you want to hear what we have to say about it. Clocking in at number 1 on the list, drum roll please, Critical Role's Exandria Unlimited Calamity. EXU Calamity was Brennan Lee Mulligan's first foray into DMing the world of Exandria, and it was so good. The opening scene had all of the cast and myself on the edge of our seats, just watching as Brennan destroyed everything that we could possibly understand about Calamity in that one moment, and then was just like, you're good, fireworks, hooray, huzzah, it's a good thing, and it freaked all of us out in the best possible way. If I can recommend to you something to kind of get the vibe of what's going to happen with Ahriman, with Critical Role's cast, watch that show. EXU Calamity, look it up, even just the first episode, just go watch it, and that's, I think, really the vibe that we're gonna get here for Ahriman. Well, that's it. that's my top 10 Brennan Lee Mulligan campaigns as of yet. We will see where Critical Role Campaign 4 in Ahriman is going to fit on this list. Hopefully you stick around here at the channel to watch all of the breakdowns and all of our content going forward. We'll see you later. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoy all of the stories to come.